spit out without thinking about it.
I know.
And then,
Just spit it out. Just spit it out. Try it.
Yeah.
You can do it. You can do it. You can beat me.
3.141592653897.
You're missing a 5.
So if you can remember back then, so I didn't actually interview you before the day. You just kind of were there the day of. What were you up to at that point? Were you a student at University of Waterloo? Were you a math student? Were you planning to recite pi? What's the backstory there?
I was a software engineering student. I was on work term working for MapleSoft, the math program, and so I was still coming to the school to see friends and play games, and
Okay.
just happened to work out that was the year the documentary was being filmed, I guess.
That's so funny.
And because I was working with Maple every day, I had access to the pi constant, and so just for fun on my downtime, I was memorizing it. And yeah, I mean, I got to 314 digits, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's a good number. That should win me the competition. It's never gone that high before.
That's awesome. 314 digits. Ba-dum-bum. So that was your goal that day, to recite 314?
Yep.
Yeah.
I remember showing up to campus, and I remember hearing, I don't remember her name now, but the eventual winner.
Steph.
I remember hearing her practicing and hearing her go to as far as I knew, and then she kept going, and then I started panicking, and I'm like, oh man, there's a competition here.
That's right.
So for the next half hour to an hour, I tried to cram in more digits. Yeah.
So maybe that's where you just push yourself too far, you know? You had a good solid 314, and you were just greedy, and you wanted more, right?
Absolutely.
Have you seen the film Spellbound?
I don't think that I have.
It's a documentary about these kids who do a spelling bee.
Okay.
It's Jeffrey Blitz. It was a big influence for me when I made this Pi Day film. And I remember when we were shooting the competition, and then when you started attempting to, and failing, and just being so oh, my life is over. I just remember thinking whoa, this is a perfect cinematic moment. We couldn't have cast this guy any better, you know? And then and then you'd take a break, and then you come back and you try again.
This was the year I was in it to win it, and there was a film camera going on, and I was so good.
Do you remember that you kept making mistakes?
Oh yes.
And then having to start again.
I remember it was the first 15 odd digits. I'd said them so many times that they just were. I don't know what they are. They just you remember them through repetition, and so I guess I guess the pressure probably somewhat meant that I was overthinking it and couldn't just spiel them off.
So would you say that was the peak of your pi memorization?
It was all down. I mean, the abject failure afterwards, I just couldn't live with. Just had to give it up, move on to other things in my life.
Oh no! So that was the turning point.
Yeah. I mean, Steph, I hope you know that you crushed my soul that day, my pi reciting soul. I may never recover. I'll never have the Guinness Book of World Records record. I'll just might as well give up and eat pie in the dark in the corner.
So do you think if I asked you right now to recite, would you know how many digits would you know?
I would guess 30 to 50.
Yeah?
Yeah. Give or take the first 15.
Oh, no!
I still overthink those. It's still, yeah. I feel bad about losing the knowledge, even though gaining the knowledge I feel bad about too.